Jim Miller and Pat Kirwan here for SiriusXM NFL Radio. We are here at Buffalo Bills training camp. A lot of excitement about the Buffalo Bills. They were 6-10 a year ago, and they finished 4th in the AFC East. Looking to improve and be much better on both sides of the ball, but clearly a lot of talent in Buffalo as they were aggressive, trading up to get their first selection in the first round, Sammy Watkins from Clemson. But Pat, I want to start on the defensive side of the ball because they get a new defensive coordinator in Jim Schwartz. He comes over from the Detroit Lions, but already key injuries. Kiko Alonso, one of the most talented players as a rookie in the National Football League a year ago. Now, breaking news out of Buffalo today was Nigel Bradham, his replacement, going to be suspended the first game of the season. What are you seeing on the defensive side of the ball for the Bills?
That is not a good sign for them. Now, they drafted a kid in the 3rd round, Preston Brown. He's going to be pressed into duty, if you will, to make the base defense have 3 solid linebackers. That's not a good sign for them. They need that. Now, they will play a lot of nickel and dime. They worked on nickel and dime all day today. If things go the way they should be 50% in those things. They can sub out and get the kid off the field and play with 2 linebackers. But it's a concern. I think there's other things that are not concerns. They have depth in the defensive line, plenty of depth. Their front 4 had 45 sacks last year, so they can get after the quarterback. We know Jim Schwartz loves to rush with just the front 4. We saw a lot of pressure package stuff today, so they're not going to preclude that they have that. And I think they have some quality players in the secondary, Jim.
And now on the offensive side of the ball, I mentioned Sammy Watkins. He is a Lamborghini. He can go from 0 to 60 and obviously improve the point totals offensively for the Buffalo Bills, but also added more pieces to the puzzle around the young quarterback, E.J. Manuel. Mike Williams comes over from Tampa Bay. Get to know this name, folks. Chris Hogan, second-year player. Looks to be a good player out of the slot. Still concerns at the tight end position. We'll see what Chandler does, if Lee Smith can be a contributor. And also they've got Tony Moeaki, who's hung up right now with a little hamstring.
Yeah, I'm not excited about the tight end group. Now, Chandler, if he's healthy, was their leading receiver last year. What's really going to be a shame is if the tackles don't hold up and Cordy Glenn doesn't come back, because this would be a terrific 10-personnel team, because you mentioned Hogan, but you left Robert Woods out.
Yes.
You could go to 4 wides here and be a very good-looking football team. A no-huddle 4-wide team. I like them as a 20-personnel team with the 2 running backs and 3 wide receivers. They got answers if the tight ends break down, and it looks like they're going to have some injuries. They only had 2 healthy ones all day today.
Yeah, and when you look at the offense, it really is about E.J. Manuel and where he progresses year 2. Was in and out of the lineup with injuries. He only played in 10 games, finished with less than 2,000 yards passing. In terms of his touchdowns to interceptions, only 11 touchdowns to 9 interceptions. So you hope that's 2-1. But the skill position players with a good backfield, and obviously Freddie Jackson, and you look at C.J. Spiller, plus they added Bryce Brown and Dixon from the San Francisco 49ers. One last thing I want to ask you about, Pat. Do the off-field distractions of ownership concern the players on the field and the coaches with what they're trying to get done from a year ago?
Yeah, I was in the experience when our owner passed away and we were in the middle of a sale. Later on, players told me they were thinking about it because they know typically a new owner could mean a new coach, could mean players losing their jobs, but I don't get that sense here. It's way too early in the process for the players to be thinking about that. We've interviewed a lot of players and a lot of coaches. I don't think it's on their minds at all. It will not be a factor. Now, when the ownership does change and the new man's on the sideline or he's sitting up in the press box, then all of a sudden that will become a factor.
Well, when you look at it, the best way to honor Ralph Wilson, the late great owner of the Buffalo Bills, is to win. You had the Jets as a potential wild card team. Do you see it from the Buffalo Bills, Pat?
Well, I think it's these 2 teams, not Miami, that'll fight it out for the 2nd spot. The head-to-heads between these 2 teams will mean a lot. The difference, as I see it, is if Geno Smith struggles, they got Michael Vick. If E.J. Manuel struggles, I don't think they really have an answer.
Good point. Backup battle going on right now at the Buffalo Bills in terms of the number 2 quarterback between Jeff Toole and Thad Lewis. Well, that'll do it here from Buffalo Bills camp. We've got plenty more on the SiriusXM NFL Radio's 10th annual training camp tour, so make sure you stay tuned.